In all my travels through the universe, I battled against evil, against power-mad conspirators. I should have stayed here. The oldest civilization, degenerate, and rotten to the core. Daleks, Sontarans, Cybermen. They're still in the nursery compared to us. 10 million years absolute power. That's what it takes to be really corrupt. Hello there, amazing viewers and subscribers. Welcome to a brand new exciting Doctor Who ranking video for today. So for this video, we're going to be ranking all of the stories from the Sixth Doctor's era, aka from the Twin Dilemma down to the Trial of a Time Lord. And of course, for this video, I thought I had to dress for the vacation. Yes, I thought I had to put on my fantastic Sixth Doctor cosplay to do a video on the Sixth Doctor. So, we have 8 stories. So, to be honest with you, I have included the Trial of a Time Lord as one whole story because basically it is literally one story told over 4 different segments of the actual trial, including you got an adventure from the past, adventure from the present, and of course adventure from the future, before we have the big massive reveal about who the Valeyard is, and of course we have the biggest showdown between the Doctor and the Valeyard in Trial of a Time Lord. So for this video, I thought I'd basically make it interesting. I'm going to rank the Colin Baker stories, plus I'm going to say how I rate them as well. So basically, like I did for season 40 when I did my big massive overhaul for the 15th Doctor. So, are you all sitting comfortably? And I will begin. In 8th place, so we have the terrible, terrible story known as the Twin Dilemma. In 8th place with a 3 out of 10. The Twin Dilemma has grown on me recently. If you would have asked me 3 years ago, I would have given this a 0 out of 10. But to get a 3 out of 10, I can't go anything bigger than that. One, I like the plot with Maestro. With Maestro, the big giant slug creature. He's actually quite interesting. And the fact he wants to spread his entire sea pods out into the universe is actually quite a good plot. And of course we have the Time Lord known as Mayfall trying to help him. But the story does kind of lack in little bits of itself. Because 1, the Sixth Doctor is a complete and utter douche. 2, he strangles Peri, which is a no-no. You don't strangle one of my favourite companions, Doctor. You do not strangle Peri, even though if you go, do you know what a Peri is? Do Peri. It was a pixie. Before they became good, they were evil. And that is what you are. Totally evil. You were sent here to spy on me, I absolutely do not enjoy the Twin Dilemma. I'll probably rewatch it on the Blu-ray. I have got it on DVD behind me with the 2 Blu-ray box sets, so I can display the whole Colin Baker era. Yeah, the Twin Dilemma isn't really as good. So for this one, it is a 3 out of 10. And of course, it is an F. And a big whopping F it is. Because 1, I just don't connect with it. I need to give it a rewatch, but I'm kind of waiting for Doctor Who Collection Season 21 before I revisit the Twin Dilemma. In 7th place, we have a story that has really grown on me. If you would ask me this again like 3 years ago, I would have given this a 3 out of 10, but I have to give it a 6 out of 10. It is Timelash. I absolutely do enjoy this story. I like the planet Carfor. I love the fact we have a time corridor. I love the fact we have that great, massive, fantastic shot of the TARDIS travelling backwards through the time corridor to the planet Califla. I can't say the word, sorry. But I like how basically, to get there, they kind of want the Doctor to travel all the way down to Earth to try and get the amulet back from Rita. And of course, they do meet a writer from the Time Machine, aka Herbert. And of course, basically, we do meet a new alien race shaped like a kind of dinosaur-type creature, which is actually quite interesting, and I wish they would return. I did enjoy the story, and I prefer the new effects over the original effect that's on the Season 22 Blu-ray box set. So yeah, I have to give this one a -D, because 1, I do enjoy it, but I actually prefer it over the Twin Dilemma, and I have to say that. In 6th place, we have the entire whole season of the Trial of a Time Lord. And this one is a 7 out of 10. So I was going to give this one a 10 out of 10, but I really enjoy other Colin Baker stories over Trial of a Time Lord. Now, it's because of the court scenes. Even though we go from the court scene into the adventure, back to the court scene, back into the adventure, back into the court scene, end on the cliffhanger, and every cliffhanger ends on the doctor's face. I demand full termination of his life. Like that. I just really get... So when you get like into the story, and of course you cut back to the court scene, apart from two occasions, occasion one where the doctor goes, "You killed Perry. We had to... No, the High Council has no right to order Perry's or anybody else's death. No, something else is going on here. I was pulled out of time for another reason, and I have every intention of finding out what it is." I really do love that cliffhanger because it shows the anger in Mind Warp about the Doctor witnesses Perry's death. I love the fact how the Doctor had to admit he had to cause genocide on the Vervoids because one, they would have turned the entire universe into the compost heap, a bit like we do with Dead Leaves. So it's a kind of a full circle, really, that the fact they want to do to us humans, us humanoid creatures, what we do to plants and stuff. We literally plant them, we let them die, and then of course we let them kind of rot. So of course the Doctor had to use Siberian against them. I do prefer the new effect for basically Terror of the Vervoids that's only on the season 23 Blu-ray box set. That is literally edited and cut out all the court scenes so we can actually enjoy the entire whole episode. I do want to be honest with you, I do love that, and I do love the fact how this is actually quite good. I do enjoy Trial of the Time Lord. It's better than basically Time Lash. I do prefer over Time Lash and of course the Twin Dilemma. But the only thing that's stopping me from putting it a bit higher is because the court scenes, some of them are okay, it's just other bits that are a little bit dull. They're just there, and it's kind of like to pad out the episode, but I just kind of want to get into the adventure, and I actually do enjoy it. I mean, I love The Mysterious Planet. If we didn't have the court scenes, I would love it a lot more. And same with Mind Warp, and basically just have the court scenes before they talk about the adventure, show us the adventure, and then go back to the court scenes at the end, instead of having literally like the court scene, into the adventure, back to the court scene, back into the adventure, back into court scene, back into the adventure, like so. So, which is one of the reasons why I had to put Trial of Time Lord. One, I do like the stories. The stories are really good in it. I mean, my favourite is Terror of the Vervoids. I absolutely love the Ultimate Foe with basically the Master's introduction. Oh no, I really am finished. Who's that? Just my deadliest enemy, like to be known as the Master. I really love that. And of course, I have, like the Doctor said, the key is easily can be copied. I absolutely do enjoy Trial of the Time Lord, but I can't really put it higher just because of those court scenes. And I'm sorry to say that. It's just the court scenes that really bug me. I wouldn't mind it if it was like a less court scenes, but then the fact we go from court into the event, into the adventure, back into the court, it just bugs me. It really does bug me. Number 5, The Two Doctors. And this one is an 8.5 out of 10. The reason I had to put this a bit lower and give it a... Basically, it is a B++. I actually did quite enjoy the story. But I do have a few issues with The Two Doctors. One, it should have been the 6th Doctor going on a mission for the Time Lords, getting captured by Dastari and the Santarans, aka Strike, Group Commander Strike, should have captured the 6th Doctor, and having the 2nd Doctor pop a bit of his time stream to rescue his future self. A bit like in the 3 Doctors, where basically the 3rd Doctor was having trouble with Omega and of course the big bubble of antimatter, and of course they popped the 2nd Doctor a bit of his time stream into his own future. I really think they should have done that with the 2nd Doctor, really have the 2nd Doctor rescue his future incarnation, not his future incarnation having to go and rescue his past incarnation and try to stop him from becoming an androgon. Yeah, I have a little bit of an issue with the 2 Doctors. One, I do love it. It's got great filming location work in, basically, as we all know, in Spain. I absolutely love the filming location work. I do love Patrick Troughton. He really gives us a great performance. Now, come here, Jamie. Look at the size of that thing, Doctor. Yes, Jamie. It is a big one. Just the wee laboratory, it's like 20 castles in the sky. Wow, it's obviously grown. You know, I really do like the 2 Doctors, but I kind of wish we had as I said, the 2nd Doctor pulled out of his time stream to rescue his future self instead of his future self having to go and rescue his past self. It would make more sense if Colin was the one to get basically captured and have to go to work for the Santarans and become an androgon, and his 2nd incarnation has to go into his own future to rescue himself from this situation and of course saves his entire future, not basically the future Doctor having to go and rescue his past self to go and rescue all his other past incarnations after that point to stop becoming an androgon. So yeah, I'm sorry to say that, but yeah, the Two Doctors has a little bit of an issue with me, but I do quite enjoy it. Plus that Santorum thing where it goes dun dun da da dun 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 da da dun is absolutely amazing and absolutely brilliant. I absolutely love it. I do love it. Number 4. So now we get to the ones I absolutely love. In 4th place, we have the Mark of the Irani with a 10 out of 10 and, of course, a triple A+. I absolutely love Mark of the Irani. One, it is filmed in fantastic Telford. Great filming location work. I absolutely love it. Of course, at Ironbridge. I really love this kind of historian episode. The only other historian episode I can think of basically we had was in basically round about season 19 in Black Orchid. That feels like the last one we had. I can't remember if we had any in season 20. Yes, we did. We had the King's Demons in season 20. Season 21, we didn't really have a kind of historian type episode, apart from the war games going wrong and releasing the Marlers. So it's actually quite nice to have another historian episode and watching Colin Baker just walk around ancient times and basically walking around acting Stry wearing a daff rainbow coat, which is actually quite brilliant, and I did enjoy it. I do like Kate O'Mara. She is brilliant as the Irani, absolutely just brilliant and flat out amazing. And I do love the Mark of the Irani because 1, she's brilliant. 2, if you add the conclusion of the Master, and of course when the Doctor last encountered the Master, it was of course on the planet Fire where he literally burst into flames. So the Master kind of wants revenge on the Doctor and Peri for letting him kind of burst into flames. No explanation how he still survived to come back into this story. But I absolutely love it. It's brilliant. Just absolutely flipping brilliant. I really do love it. Then, of course, next place in number 3, we have Revelation of the Daleks with a whopping 10 out of 10 once again. And it is a triple A+. So, Revelation of the Daleks. What can I say about it? It is an iconic story. I absolutely love it. Filled with very dark stuff, specifically with a promising with the Doctor to take Peri to somewhere, which we all do know it's Blackpool until it was edited out because of the hiatus, thanks to an idiot known as Michael Grading, who deserves to have his head shot off by a Cyberman at the time. I really have to be honest with you. I absolutely do enjoy Revelation of the Daleks. 1, it is just a fantastic 2-parter. 45 minutes. 1, we have Davros pretending to be the great healer, creating a new race of Daleks, aka the Necros Daleks. And of course, basically, the Doctor ends up hearing a rumour that one of his closest friends have passed away, so he goes to the planet to try and to go and say his final goodbyes. And during the planet, he comes across a statue of himself, which kind of gets wrecked. So part 1's basically with the Doctor and Peri kind of walking up to the place of Trilligan, the resting place, and of course it has him fighting a mutant that the great healer caused, and of course fighting and getting there basically, and of course then coming across the Dalek and nearly get flattened by his own statue. And then in part 2 is absolutely brilliant because the Doctor does get captured. He ends up basically going to the Daleks. You can't with us. And of course he goes, and they go, touch. They don't even touch him. They just go literally like a little flick, and he goes like that. Really bad acting from Colin. They don't really touch the Doctor. And then of course we have that scene where he's in the prison and he's literally trying to unbuckle himself, and he goes, "Only I will be so stupid enough to attack a person like that." I really love when the Doctor encounters Davros, where he goes, "Last time we met, your ship blew up, and I fought with you on board. Not when there's an escape hatch, and you came down here." Yes, is correct, Doctor. I really love this story. It's absolutely brilliant. I really love how Colin and Terry Malloy really bounce off each other with their Doctor and Davros. So much better than Peter Davison and his, like the 5th Doctor, than his Davros. Because all we had of the 5th Doctor goes, "I'm not here as your prisoner, Davros, but your executioner." But the 6th Doctor really throws like banter at Davros, and Davros tries to give it back to the Doctor, which I absolutely love. Plus we have an epic battle between the Skaro Daleks and the Necros Daleks, and basically having a battle so they can arrest Davros to appeal to the trial of the Daleks, which I kind of wish they kind of continue on in Big Finish until we get to the Juggernauts, where really we find out what happened, and of course it led to Davros creating the Imperial Daleks. So yeah, I do have to say that. Story number two, and of course it is Vengeance on Varos with a whopping 10 out of 10 and another AAA+. I absolutely love this story, aka Vengeance on Varos. One, we are on the present planet of Varos, where everyone is kind of watching TV like Big Brother. I absolutely love the fact how the Doctor is basically trying to get through this prison. He entirely stops working because it's running out of Cyton 7. And of course, he needs to get to the planet to go to get some more Cyton 7. And of course, the only planet is, of course, Varos. So he does go to materialize on Varos, and he comes out, and of course, they're about to witness somebody get kind of tortured, and he goes, "Hello, hi." I really like the extended version that's on the season 22 box set with all the basically deleted scenes put in with the actual footage of the episode, and basically make like an extra version of it, which is actually quite cool. I absolutely like it. It's actually a great story. I like that one. Him with the funny clothes. I really do like Vengeance on Varos. It is just a brilliant story, and I absolutely love it. And it's a bit like Big Brother, but set on a prison planet. Instead of watching people trying to get out of a flat and get voted out, it's literally trying to watch people from getting tortured, turned into birds, and of course, death. I absolutely love this one. And it introduces us to Syl, who is my favourite Colin Baker villain, where he goes, I really love Syl. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I absolutely love it. I cracking love it. I really do. I love it. I just love it. And then, of course, number 1, we have Attack of the Cybermen with a whopping 10 out of 10 and a quadruple AAA plus, a double A plus, well, A plus. I absolutely love this episode, and it is the best story out of the season and out of Colin Baker's entire run. I'm not including Big Finish because, 1, I really love Hour of the Cybermen, but this is just a great Cybermen story. It is a sequel and a prequel. 1, it is a sequel to The Tomb of the Cybermen and, of course, The Invasion. And 3, it is a prequel to The 10th Planet. Basically, it's set a year before the Cybermen end up invading Earth and draining the energy in 1986, where basically the first Doctor was there. I really love Attack of the Cybermen. So 1, we have the return of the Cyber Controller. We have Cybermen left over in the sewers from the invasion. We have Taros' return. We meet the Cryons. We see more of the refrigeration units for the Cybermen. I absolutely love this episode. I really do. Plus, we have the return of Lytton. I just absolutely flipping love Attack of the Cybermen. It is literally my favourite Colin Baker story of all time, and it will always will be, because I absolutely love this one. Because 1, we have the Sonic Lance, and the Doctor does repair the chameleon circuit for once, until basically it does revert back to a police box in the final act of the story, aka the serial. I absolutely love it. So yeah, it's definitely a 10 out of 10 plus a quadruple A+. I absolutely love it. So that is me ranking the entire Colin Baker era from season 21, 22, and of course season 23. How do you rank the Colin Baker era? Would you like to join me through the Matrix to revisit this era? Because I'm about to revisit the whole lot of season 22. Because I absolutely love that season. It is my favourite Colin Baker season. In fact, it is my 9th favourite season out of all of classic Doctor Who. And of course, I have to say, I absolutely love Colin's outfit from the Trial of a Time Lord. If I could cosplay his season 22 look with the blue polka dot cravat and of course a different waistcoat, I will try and track it down. But at the moment, I've got basically Colin's Trial of a Time Lord outfit, and I absolutely love it. It's my favourite outfit for Colin so far, and I really love wearing this cosplay for this video talking about the Colin Baker era. So thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share, and of course keep your Sonic Lances on the side of your tables just in case you need to shove it into a Cyberman's chest unit. Have a cracking day, you amazing viewers and subscribers, and join me on Sunday, because tomorrow I've got a very busy day at work, for some more awesome Doctor Who amazing videos to come. Thank you for watching, and have a cracking day, you amazing viewers and subscribers.